Hey guys, monkeysnuts.com here. Now, this little video is going to be about my new contour camera. It was my birthday a couple of days ago, and I got the camera basically. It had been one that I'd been wanting for quite a while, mainly because it's better at nighttime footage and it's got much clearer footage basically. Now, if you've been following my channel, which I presume some of you have, then you would have noticed that, oh, car's having a bit of trouble up the hill. Then, yeah, you would have noticed that I've been putting up a couple of comparison videos between the camera that I'm filming at with which is the Roam 2, and the new one, which is the Roam 3. Now, this is basically going to be a little comparison between the Roam 1, which is the original, which I still have, which I can't use anymore. Man in a van. Yeah, I can't use this one anymore, mainly because the slider, well, it doesn't really click into place anymore. It goes forward and back, but it doesn't. It's not secure there. And the back, the little tabs that hold the back on, so the little flaps basically where it can flap, they're at the point of perishing and snapping off. And also, in these, on the old Contour ROM, I mean, with the Contour 2 and 3, all you do is basically slide the button on the top forward, and then it starts recording. So, and then back, and then obviously it turns it off and it stops recording. This, you had to turn it on by pressing the button on the back, and then you could physically start recording by sliding it forward. Now, the only reason why I can't use this one anymore is because that button at the back has stopped working. The slider on the top still works, but that button inside the actual button part itself, inside the actual camera, has snapped off the motherboard. Now, I could have repaired it if I'd got an electrical soldering kit, messed about soldering it, or taken it to a camera fixing shop. But to be honest, for a Contour Roam 1, which is like, God knows how many years old now, this one has seen better days, basically. I mean, all the rubber... Oh, my hair's an absolute mess, I've just realised. Yeah, all the rubber around it is basically just worn down. I've got sort of like scratches all over it. The button on the top, all the rubber's worn down. Because this isn't waterproof, this camera, basically it's the front lid is really loose, like it can move about like quite easily, and there's a little plastic lens inside which I've cleaned a number of times, because before you had to take the cap off, clean the lens, put it back on, and then put the cap back on. And doing that, basically, I think grit has got inside the system, because now it's like really like hard and gristly when I'm turning it and stuff, which isn't very pleasant. And to waterproof it, I was putting sellotape around the camera and the lens. Basically just acting like a layer. Water was still managing to get inside the lens though. If I can find some footage of when the water is inside the lens, I'll stick this inside here. Other than that, it was an okay camera. I mean, it lasted me. It did what it was meant to. It took me a good while to find a camera that I liked, and then eventually I chose this one. the sound was a bit poor on this one as well, actually. However, yet saying that, the sound on the Contour 2 is better than... Oh no, the Contour 2 is worse quality sound than this one. However, I still think that the Roam 2 footage was better than the Roam 1. Even though it is like a little bit washed out and stuff, but I still think it's better. Now, on to the Roam 3. Now, the differences between the Roam 2 and the Roam 3 are barely neglectable, really. The main reason I wanted this was because it was much better at night time, and I've had a lot of people complaining, saying that at night time footage you can't see anything on YouTube. Now, on my computer at home, the nighttime footage from the Roam 2 is basically you can make it out. So the footage that was being uploaded on YouTube, it was like YouTube was dumbing down the quality of it. Another car coming. Lots of cars on this road. I think I've chosen the wrong road to vlog on, really, but oh well. So yeah, this one is basically, it's pretty much the same as the Roam 2. The button on the top slides forward, slides back to turn it on and record, turn it off and stop recording. The inside the back of it, it's pretty much the same. It's just that it's got a bit more beefing up on the inside of the back little door, basically because this one is waterproof. The Roam 2 is water resistant. I've never had a problem with it in water, in rain and whatever, because I used to use it on my bike throughout winter and stuff. It works seamlessly throughout winter. I've taken it on holiday in swimming pools and like where there's loads of moisture in the air and stuff. The Roam 2 is absolutely fine. But this one is actually rated at being waterproof for 10 metres. I'm leaving the little protector bit of plastic rubber thing on the back. I don't know why. It gives it a bit more protection against scratches and stuff. I haven't got any scratches on this yet. But apart from that, it's okay. I mean, it's got the main features it points out are the fact that you can take a picture with it, which I have done. I've taken some photos at home with it, and the 5 megapixel photos are what you'd expect them to be. They're not the best quality, but they are absolutely fine, really. I've just started recording a video for some reason, not entirely sure why. But if I go into photo mode, right, now if I take a photo of my car, actually I'll take a photo of your camera and my car in the background. It's really good, actually. All you do is you hold the middle button and then it goes into photo mode, so the little green photo symbol is lit up on it now, and all you do is basically press the back button, and then every time it beeps it's taking a photo. So basically it can take as many as you want. Like I can take one down there, I can take one up there. It's really simple, and then all you do, hold it, and then it stops, turns off. Nice and simple. I don't think I will be using the photo mode on it that much. I might use it on holiday, if needs be, because often what happens on a holiday is that I do video recording and I take pictures on my phone. Now, with the amount of pictures that I normally take, the phone just gets chocker, just like it fills up the memories. I mean, I've got a 16 gig phone, but it still manages to fill it up. So I may resort to using this as a backup. The photos are really small in size, so it's not a problem really. Other features are it's got a little stabilizer for tripod mount. Now the mount that I've got the Roam 2 on now doesn't have a little stabiliser bit. It's a basic little tripod thing just for it to stand and to basically face me at like head height basically. But apart from that, the footage is clearer, and I think the sound is worse though. Because what I'll do is now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the Roam 3 to see what the sound's like. Now, as you can see, the Roam 3, it's not that good in sound. The sound quality is not that high. I mean, the mic is in exactly, the mic is in, not mic, the mic is in exactly the same position on the Roam 2 as it is in the Roam 3. But as you can see, I mean, I'm in the middle of a forest right now. Well, not really, I'm next to a lake. I'm next to Llynbrennig. And there's tree surgeons further up the road, basically. Now, the Roam 2, you could probably hear them in the background, but the Roam 3, I think you probably won't. I think the whole purpose of this camera is basically it's gonna cut down the amount of background sound quality. I mean, I've had it in my car, and the couple of times that I've reviewed footage at home, basically it's not been that good because it sounds a bit tinny really. So I'm talking to it directly. I've not loudened my voice or anything. I've been talking to the Roam 3 the same as I've been talking to the Roam 2, and I will be interested to see how my voice quality comes out, because that's going to be the main difference between whether or not I'm going to vlog with the Roam 3 or I'm just going to continue vlogging with the Roam 2. It might be the waterproofing that's going to make the quality a bit poorer, but apart from that, not sure. So what I'm going to now do is go back to the Roam 2, and now I think I'll stick with this camera, to be honest. Basically, that's pretty much it, to be honest. I mean, the differences aren't massive, but they're what I wanted. Nighttime footage was the main biggie, which is a lot better quality now. The file sizes on the nighttime footage are now about twice the size as the Roam 2 footage. That is expected, really, due to the improvement in quality, because obviously the camera's going to be picking up more detail in the video, and it'll work out like that basically, which is pretty good. But apart from that, that's pretty much the end of this video. I mean, that's been a little bit of a review on the Roam 1, Roam 2 and the Roam 3. Hopefully this will help some people who are sort of like don't really know much about contour cameras. I mean, basically the cameras are absolutely perfect. You just stick it on, record, that's it. You can't review the footage until you get home, and then you've got to plug it into your computer, and then all the files come up there, basically all the photos, all the videos, absolutely everything. I've always liked the cameras mainly because they've got the tripod mount on the bottom, which means I can mount it in the car. The degree of how much they pick up in terms of sort of like the viewing angle, they've always been of a really good quality. So video quality, I've never been fussed about really with regards to these cameras. And oh, another thing is the battery. Now, the Roam 1 had really poor battery life. It recorded, I think, must have been like about 2 hours worth of footage. Really, it wasn't that good, to be honest. I had to use it like sparingly. There's another car coming quite fast this time. Yeah, I had to use the footage on the Roam 1 quite sparingly. The Roam 2 got a lot better because in the mode that I use it records about just over 3 hours worth of footage. I haven't tested the battery life on the Roam 3 yet. I was going to do it the day before yesterday, but it basically, yeah, I did a little journey. It lasted probably about an hour-ish, and the camera was absolutely fine. I think at some point I will end up doing a battery life test in a way. However, it is rated to be the same as the Roam 2, which would make sense seeing as the 720p 60 frames a second mode, which is the one that I'm using now, in daylight uses the same size file as the Roam 2 and the Roam 3 are the same, if you understand what I mean. Nighttime footage, like I said, it's the same as daytime footage in terms of file size. Before, in the Roam 2, it dumbed it right down. The nighttime footage was like really small file sizes because it was getting in hardly any detail in the camera. But now, because the quality's picked up and it picks up more in the detail in the camera, the file sizes are obviously a lot bigger, respectively. So, no, that's pretty much been it, really. A little sum up of the main points of the Roam 3 are that it's waterproof for 10 metres, which is pretty good. It's got a photo mode, and the nighttime footage is a lot better than the Roam 2. I did see a comparison video on YouTube, which was doing the Roam 1 against the Roam 2 against the Roam 3, including footage from them all. And apparently, the Roam 1 footage is very similar to the Roam 2 footage, Roam 3, as well as the sound and everything else. The Roam 3 has got the better picture quality, but sort of it's the differences are like really neglectable. But for what I want, for what I needed, the Roam 3 was the better option. But no, I think that's probably it for this video. Not sure what the next vlog's going to be on, but I'll probably think of something. So this has been MonkeysNutsCom, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.